Good morning. Hand today is going to be pocket sixes. In this hand, we have an early position player raises, folds back around to me, and I call. Early position is playing 26-17. I only have 35 hands on him, unfortunately, but early position, it does look like he's entering pots with the raise most of the time. He's not limping. Or he might be calling. Early position is hard to call. He's first to act, so right now I have him raise first in at 2 out of 7, so 29%. I'm going to guess it'll be at least 20% maybe. So I started with, I kind of went up to 25%. Not sure about suited two gappers, but one gapper's probably not sure about those hands. I'm just going to leave them in. They don't add a whole lot to it. Not sure about King 10, Queen 10 hands like this, like these offsuits. But also, I mean, if he's playing loose, he could be playing any Broadway. I have sixes, and if we look at big blind versus early position, this is my calling range, or has been my calling range, so sixes are there. Do I think I could 3-bet and get him to fold? I don't know. Kind of an unknown. I think it's probably better just to call, and unfavorable flops, go for it. Try to take it away. So we see a flop of 9-4-4 with two clubs. Two clubs and a spade. It would be unusual for us to donk. We could, if we have, let's say, pocket nines, or maybe, a 4, 4-5, 3-4. I think you could play it that way with a lead, but I think it's more common just to check here. So I'm going to be checking basically 100%, and villain 5 checks, and that's kind of interesting. So villain 5 checks. I would assume he's going to be raising. Maybe he doesn't raise a full house, but I think he would be raising any of the overpairs, top pairs, pocket pairs, basically any pocket pairs. I think flush draws would be raising, probably 2-card backdoor flush draws. I think with his overcards, I do think his aces would probably be betting here. Maybe not all of them. So we'll take out like these aces, but leave like ace 10 plus. And I kind of think we want to take those out because he checked. Let's leave those in. Maybe he's scared because he didn't connect with the piece. His c-bet, 67%, went out of position. He's in position. This is now the second time he hasn't gone for a c-bet. So let's get this. I said I think he would have been betting all of those, but he checked. So let's take them out. We're going to leave eights. Maybe he's kind of a passive, and he's scared that I might have a 9 or I might have a 4 or something like that. So top pair, I do think he's going to be betting. But like 8, 7, 6s, and 5s, he doesn't. 3s, he doesn't. Ace high, we already said he's going to be checking those. I kind of think he's going to be checking like your king, queen. He's checking these, I do think. Maybe he checks like the queens and bets the kings. I think he's betting flush draws. 2-card backdoor flush draws, I think he's going to be checking. Actually, we're going to leave. I think we already have everything. All right, so that's his checking range. And you can see that it's not that great. That shows that he's weak. 9 of hearts comes out, and now I really should be betting here. He already showed weakness. Yeah, we've got pocket sixes, but if he has a hand like Jack 10, Jack Queen, we don't want to give him a free card. He might still call, and he might still catch that card. So be it. But at this point, I think we're probably ahead. And if we bet, we could be getting some of those underpairs to fold, especially those that beat us, like pocket 7s, pocket 8s. So we check, and I think that's a mistake. I think we should be betting here. Not even gonna worry about this. I screwed up. I should be betting. I think I should be betting. I think quads and full house probably are checking. So I think could qualify as a check. Over pair should be betting. Pocket pair below top pair should be betting. Ace high, I would bet. and a lot of our no-made hands. So I think our flush draws are going to be betting. I mean, that's 40% right there. And our no-made hands, we're looking at like king queen. I really do think we should be betting these. 63%. We should be betting, and we should be expecting to win the pot a huge percentage of the time. Villain 5 checks again. So once he checks again, I think it doesn't change anything. I think it's going to be like 100% because he is pretty weak. We'll take out all of those. So pocket pair below the top, ace high, no made hand, all of those, 99.1. We screwed up. We should be betting. I think he's going to be folding a huge percentage of the time. Rivers 10 hearts now, 10 jack hits, queen 10 hits, king, if he had a king 10, I took it out. I think he would be betting those. But though, any of the 10s hit, I think if we bet now, it's going to be hard for him to call. Or I think if we bet 9, he's going to be calling with the 10 just to call down, unless we bet an insane amount. If we just shove all in, yeah, I think a 10 is gonna fold, or probably will fold. We're extremely polarized, but why would you risk 134 big blinds for a 6.5 big blind pot? So we've already checked 2 times in a row at this point. Really, I think we're just gonna have to check. Hope he bets. We would probably check raise with any of those quads and full houses. Probably call with an overpair. Probably call with top pair. I don't know about pocket pair below the top. I think we probably we'll just have to fold. It seems like a weak fold, but we missed our chance to win this pot on the turn. So we check. Villain bets 4. I do think when he bets, we're looking at top pair hand. Probably not even the pocket pair below the top. I think he would have just checked here if he's the type of player that's going to be betting only if he connects. So once with the 10, we should be folding basically anything if we can't that doesn't beat 10s. I didn't do that. I called. So we see showdown, and he shows aces, which is quite surprising because I assumed he would be betting. So did I take a note on here? Nope, I did not. So we need to make a note that he is willing to slow play pocket aces on a 9-4-4 board. So we'll do this on 9 club, 4 club, 4 spades, 9 hearts, 10 heart board. Only bet 2/3 pot on river. All right. So we take the notes on him. Let's go back. Let's go back to clear turn and river. Obviously, he did check. So if he has aces, he probably also has kings in there, maybe queens. I would bet 10s and jacks. I would hope 10s and jacks call. I would hope top pair calls as well. So we go check, check. Let us talk about the 9 hearts. If we bet here, and he comes over the top and raises, what hands does he raise with? I think at this point he probably doesn't raise with anything. I think he would have been betting the 9, so I think we're safe to assume he doesn't have that. I mean, he's gonna have to show us that. I understand the slow play. I mean, if you got aces, you're gonna beat any 9 that's out there. You don't have to worry about being drawn out on the turn. Or, I mean, of course, the 9 comes that could beat us, but you're not worried about an overcard. Giving me a higher pair, so I understand that. I think kings are the same way. The only card you're worried about is the ace. So I understand play here. I understand his check. Now, if I bet, is he going to call with that? Probably. I think if I bet, he's probably calling with his pairs, his under and his over pairs. And the question then becomes, if he calls, right, he calls here, and I'll just say, if I bet and he raises, we just fold. That's it. I mean, we took our stab. We're not gonna. We don't want to go with a big pot with sixes. He's demonstrating that he easily has a full house, or maybe. And if he's bluffing, he's bluffing. You know, good for him. But I don't see that. I don't see that play a huge number of times. So if we bet the turn and he calls, and we bet the river again, which is what we should, I think, what we should be doing, firing again. Does he call with aces, kings, and queens? Good question. I don't know. We don't have enough information on this hand. I think in general, players at this level or below, some of the players at this level will call because they can't fold aces. But a lot of other players will give me credit for a 9 or a fold and just fold. They realize that all that they have is aces and 9s, and that's it. All right, so hopefully you enjoy this. If you do, look tomorrow for another hand.